In the world drained of color, where hope seemed a forgotten myth, lived a young man named Kale. His village was a tapestry of monochrome misery, and he was its most frayed thread. With sunken cheeks and long, unkempt black hair that shielded his gaze, he moved through the cobbled streets like a ghost. His clothes, tattered and patched, were a testament to his status as an outcast. Every day was a cycle of humiliation. Villagers with faces twisted in scorn would push him aside, their laughter echoing like stones against his hunched back. From the shadows, Kyle would watch families sharing warm meals and friends laughing together, a silent, profound anguish etched onto his face. He was a spectator to a life he could never touch, a pariah in his own home. Driven to the brink by the relentless mockery, Kyle fled the suffocating judgment of the village. He ran until the familiar grey huts were replaced by the menacing silhouettes of an ancient, foreboding forest, a place whispered about in fearful legends. Deeper within its gnarled embrace, where sunlight dared not trespass, he stumbled upon a hidden cave veiled by cascading moss. A strange magnetic pull drew him into the damp darkness. There, at the heart of the cavern, a dark crystal pulsed with an otherworldly light, its rhythm matching the frantic beat of his own heart. Compelled by a force he didn't understand, Kyle reached out a trembling hand and touched its cold, vibrating surface. The moment his fingers made contact, a violent blast of dark energy erupted from the crystal, engulfing him completely. The power, ancient and ravenous, flooded his being, rewriting his very essence. Quick, searing flashes showed him writhing on the cave floor, his body contorting as the shadows of the forest itself seemed to pour into him. The pain was excruciating, but within it was the seed of something new, something formidable. When the torrent of energy subsided, the boy who had fled into the woods was gone. In his place, a figure of vengeance rose. He returned to the village, but he was no longer the hunched outcast. Kale the Vengeful stood tall, his posture radiating an unnerving confidence. His eyes, once downcast, now glowed with a faint, dark light, and his tattered rags had been replaced by new, dark, well-fitted attire that seemed woven from the night itself. As he walked toward the village square, the sky above darkened ominously, the sun choked by an unnatural eclipse. The villagers, who had once hurled insults and stones, now fell silent, their mockery turning to wide-eyed terror. They scrambled back, cowering as the man they had created approached. His main tormentors, frozen in fear, could only watch as Kale began to levitate, shadows swirling around him like a tempestuous cloak. When he spoke, his voice was no longer a timid whisper, but a deep, resonant echo that shook the very foundations of their world. Yet his revenge was not one of physical destruction. As his power crested, Kale did not strike them down with lightning or fire. Instead, he unleashed a far more personal torment. He plunged his bullies into a waking nightmare, trapping each of them in shadowy illusions crafted from their deepest fears and most private insecurities. The village strongman saw his strength wither to nothing. The gossiping women heard their own cruel words turned back on them by 1,000 whispering phantoms. With their spirits broken, Kyle turned his back on the terrified populace. He walked away without a second glance, leaving the village shrouded under the perpetual eclipse. He had summoned a permanent monument to his unending power and their eternal, chilling regret.